Over time, I've had the opportunity to assess the candidates running for president in next year's election, both those who are declared and both those who are undeclared. I have no doubt in my mind that Mitt Romney, Tim Pawlenty, Newt Gingrich, and Herman Cain are individuals with unique talent, records of accomplishment, judgment, who could be good presidents. I have my doubts about some of the other candidates, whether it be a lack of a record of accomplishment or a lack of judgment on their part. I believe the next Republican nominee ought to be somebody who understands that we need economic policies that are fiscally responsible, that create jobs for Americans, and that don't over-regulate our very lives and liberties. I believe that the Republican nominee ought to be somebody who believes in a peace through strength foreign policy, the Bush era foreign policy, somebody who will defend America from radical Islamic fascism, somebody that understands we must never relent against an enemy that is evil, somebody that stands up for goodness, somebody that stands up for what is just and right in this world. That is who I believe the next Republican nominee should be. More importantly, they should be able to govern the country in a way that moves us in a more positive direction, in a more unifying direction, in a direction that is safer and more prosperous than the one we're moving in now. I hope that the Republicans are able to nominate somebody um, uh, that is like this, because it would greatly disappoint me if we would have two candidates running who were not fit to lead. Barack Obama's economic policies have failed the American public. His healthcare policy has failed the American public. And his limitation of our missile defense is wrong, in my opinion. I have come to the conclusion that the best candidate would be former mayor of New York City, Rudy Giuliani. Mayor Giuliani has a clear record of accomplishment. He understands what it takes to lead. As mayor of New York, he reduced taxes 17%. Welfare rolls declined in 50%. Crime rates were reduced by 60%. The unemployment rate was cut in half. Mayor Giuliani led New York from being a place of broken government, of high crime, to a place that was a growing city that was safe and clean. The quality of lives for millions of New Yorkers improved under his mayorship. Rudy Giuliani has experience in dealing with foreign affairs, both in the Reagan Justice Department and as mayor of New York City. He has executive and economic experience as mayor. He led a city with the fourth largest government in the country, the 17th largest economy in the world. And the fact of the matter is, New York City has more people in it than 39 other states. The truth is, Rudy had more responsibility than 39 governors. Probably even more than that, given New York's importance both in the global economy and the sentimental place it has for so many of us. Rudy Giuliani has proven that he has the judgment to lead. The decisions he made as New York City made the city a safer and more prosperous place. He has the vision to lead. During his last campaign, Rudy came to the American people, proposed the largest tax cut in American history, proposed a real plan to solve the immigration problem, and made it clear that he would stand up to America's enemies and stand with our allies. Mayor Giuliani has a record of accomplishment, he has the judgment to lead, and he has the vision to lead America. Mayor Giuliani is an extremely smart individual. He is an individual who tells the truth. He's an individual who has a unique record of accomplishment. He can lead this country during very challenging times, both economically and foreign policy-wise. He's my first choice for President of the United States. I hope he declares his candidacy, and I believe that he will be a good president, should the American people give him the honor of being elected. Mayor Giuliani is not without flaw, but he has the judgment, the vision, and the record to lead America forward. He understands the need for sound economic policies that lower taxes, reduce spending, and create jobs in the private sector. He understands that America must remain safe by defending us both here at home and abroad. I hope that Americans will elect Rudy Giuliani in the next election.
Times in history when our ideas are more necessary and more important and critical, and this is one of those times. This country needs a president that can exercise fiscal discipline, and I think this country needs a president that can keep us on offense in the war on terror in order to keep us safe. But we have to bring safety for people. So I made it a very, very large priority to reduce crime. We've got to save our schools. I reduced taxes dramatically, and in a very short period of time, I was collecting more money from the lower taxes than I was collecting from the higher taxes. It is much, much better to give people a hand up rather than a hand out. I have a record of producing and getting results. What a leader is a person of conscience, a person of conviction, a person of experience, a commitment to what they believe is right for the future of their country. And that's the kind of president that I would like.
When corruption ruled, he challenged it. When welfare failed, he changed it. When crime thrived, he fought it. When government broke, he fixed it. And when the world wavered and history hesitated, he never did. Rudy Giuliani. Leadership when it matters most. I'm Rudy Giuliani, and I approve this message.
For September 11, months before I had read this book about the greatest generation written by Tom Brokaw. The book explains how brave and how persistent and how courageous the people were in the generation that won the Second World War. And during the day of September 11, living through the things that I saw and observed immediately, when I saw people helping each other, I saw the picture of the firefighters putting the flag up, I said, these are the children, the grandchildren, and the great-grandchildren of the greatest generation. They have the same resolve, the same understanding. When you challenge Americans, there's no country that stands up stronger and better than the United States of America. When you try to take something away from us like freedom, my goodness, Americans are going to be one in resisting it. So the Islamic terrorists would make a terrible mistake if they confuse our democracy for weakness. Our democracy means we disagree with each other. But when you come and try to take away from us our freedom, when you try to come here and kill our people, we're one, we're going to stand up to you, and we're going to prevail.